Now, they've previously been criticised for being a little bit stuffy, maybe out of touch with so-called ordinary people, but this week Prince Harry hugged the Jamaican Prime Minister and, while accompanying the Queen on the first visit of her Diamond Jubilee tour to Leicester, Duchess of Cambridge revealed how much she was missing her husband.
So what should we make of this new, what seems relaxed approach from the royal family? Well, joining us now is royal historian Dr. Kate Williams and fashion commentator Karen Franklin. Morning, both. Thank you very much for joining us. First of all, you've been watching this all week. What do you make of what's going on? Should we talk about the Queen and the Duchess of Cambridge first of all?
Yes, Louise. I mean, you know, I think previously it was so formal with the royals. When you think that before the Queen Mother, royals weren't supposed to smile; they're just supposed to stand there still, looking out at us. Now we've got the Queen smiling, Kate picking out fashionable shoes, and and as you were saying, Prince Harry hugging the Jamaican Prime Minister, dancing. I think we really want a new kind of royal family here, much closer, much more intimate. We can't cope with the pomp anymore.
Now, it's funny, isn't it, Karen, as we look at pictures of the Queen, in a fashion sense, she's the one who's... am I right in saying she's pretty much stayed the same and others have sort of changed around her? Would that be pretty much right?
Yeah, that's correct. She's got her very specific style and always has done, and doesn't pander to trend. And actually, in many ways, that's right, isn't it? You know, she's way beyond, the sort of corporatisation and the commercialisation of image.
And yet others, and I'm thinking of the men as well here, along with the style, the change in the style of the way they go about things, they've sort of changed everything, haven't they? The way they look and the way they behave at the same time. Prince
Harry's looking much more informal. I mean, looking at those pictures, he just really wants you wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I mean, I just thought he wanted you wearing some bright red and stripy because he's so flamboyant and so, I think when we look back to how Prince Charles used to always do his rounds, buttoned up and suited up, we're much more informal. I think we're a much more informal nation, and really, I think the public, don't want to see this royal family who are away from us by distance because it's so distant. They're so much better than us. They are, as we know, after the 1990s, much more like us than they ever thought they were.
And it is interesting watching Harry here, at least, but throughout this sort of tour that he's been doing, the sort of reception he's been getting is very impressive.
Harry's got amazing energy, and I think it's very interesting. Harry and Kate, William is away. I mean, William is the big gun. William's the important one. William's going to be king, and now he's away. They're rather coming out of his shadow. I mean, obviously, if Harry was to become king, which probably isn't going to happen, but if he is, I think we'll have a good King Henry IX.
Karen, I don't think we saw them in that little clip of Harry. The blue suede shoes.
Oh, I missed this.
I mean, I think that's ultimately is part of the key to their popularity is, if we take someone like Kate, she really is promoting kind of ordinariness. She's got amazing power, kind of boosted fashion industry takings by $1 billion just on her own, because whatever she wears, it sells out immediately.
And it's not necessarily expensive items, is it? I mean, there's been some things that have just...
And I think this is quite a clever space to be operating from because, in line with what you're saying, we're seeing the young royals operating from the heart, operating more instinctively, kind of moving aside protocol. And so there's an alignment. We feel that there's a similarity here, and I think a lot of young women really do identify with Kate's very achievable style. And I think at the same time, she makes a very clever choice. She's not gone with a high fashion stylist who's putting her in extreme trend-oriented looks, which can look dated, which can, when you revisit them a little bit later, look awkward. And she has made a decision to operate in a very classic and elegant way. And my industry will sometimes say, well, she could be doing this. She should be promoting young designers. The shoe choices, for instance, that came up yesterday. Well, they're quite dull, court shoes. This is a woman with a job to do. She's not got 5 seconds on the red carpet or a quick stroll down a runway. Let's talk about her achievements and the fact that she needs clothes to support her. She's in these shoes all day long.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, how much do we know about I mean, it sounds a bit silly in a way, but who chooses what they wear? Do we know much about it? How that process?
That's what I want to know.
Well, how does that process come about?
I mean, obviously, most celebrities have a stylist. The Queen herself has her dresser, who does actually design a lot of her clothing. But Kate has been very, very clear in saying she doesn't have a stylist, doesn't have a dresser. They don't have staff. She says she picks out her own clothes, and as we know, we can pick them up from any website. All the different websites, the high street shops she goes on. We know she wanders around High Street Kensington going shopping. So I think that she does actually shop for herself. But this is obviously it, that as soon as she wears something, it crashes the entire website, and we all have to wear it. And I think we can't.
You can't get hold of it.
Well, exactly. We have to get in there first. I mean, we can't cope with seeing them wear, with her wearing, £5,000 designer dresses every time, and I think she does mix it up. But because
she does mix it up, but I'd like to say I really salute that choice, because it does show her own individuality, her own authenticity, and indeed her own confidence. She's not deferring to fashion industry taste or choice.
So from your point of view, it's a good thing.
She looks great.
Okay, Karen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.